highly skilled guys, right, against two guys that have a lot of heart. Yes, I'm not saying that they're not skilled, but I mean,
he draws power from the state of California.
He does.
That's it. His source of energy. He goes away and he gets beat up, but when he's in.
Welcome to MMA MADE, the best MMA show around the world. Mighty Devin Debo Taylor. What's up, bud? You're not the champion this week. Hey, it's all right though. You're still number one in my book. Not really, but how'd that work out for you though? Oh, right. The belt. Just hand it over to me real quick. Just.
You know what? I didn't bring it.
You left it at home?
I left it.
Hey, wait till you hit the showers later. I'm going to steal it from your locker. I'm going to pull a GSP a la Zupa to you. Take it home. Mount it on the wall.
You know what? No regrets. I took my shot, and I thought my boy Musasi had the skills, and you know, I worked on the game plan with him. He didn't really follow the game plan. I think he got a little distracted. He got a little flustered. But I sent him a tweet, you know, keep your head up. It's all right.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Keep your head up. I thought some more leg kicks could have won us that fight.
Us, huh?
Well, I was in his corner yelling at him. I wanted more leg kicks.
Team Musasi, huh?
Team Musasi, let's go with the leg kicks. I thought we were doing some damage. And I think you get frustrated. You can't. You know, he's so elusive, you just want to
The only thing I'm mad about of the whole last week's fights is that you didn't take Carmont like you were going to initially, because then you would have been big goose egg. At least you got one win.
I went 1-1. You're
Exactly.
trying to make it sound. I realize that the gold standard that I have set for myself is so high that you're like, oh man, you only went 1 for 1. Like what? The champ is falling off. I know. I set the bar too high sometimes.
Did you? Is that what
I really do. For you, you're like, oh my gosh, I won! Well, my picks actually were right.
When you start putting some money on it and actually
I can put other people's money on it like
I do that, but I'm saying when you start putting your money on it, hey, by the way, the sponsor put money on Machida. He had to put a lot on it to get the win because he was a minus 235. Yeah, minus 235. He might have been a 275 when he came in, when he actually placed a bet. But extra sponsor money for us.
Nice.
Yeah, so I don't mind spending other people's money. And if I lose it, it's not the greatest feeling in the world, but it's better than if I lost my own money.
When you think about it, I get it.
So before we get into the whole MMA thing, we're going to talk about what we got coming up this weekend. This Sunday, we're filming the new intro to the show. I think it's going to take us... I think people are going to see it, and it's going to bring it... No.
I'm excited about it. Are we going to...
No. We're not even going to say it.
We can't say nothing?
We're not going to say it. We're not even going to say it. We're not even going to... I said we ain't going to say it.
I'm not saying nothing, bro.
But it'll be cool. I think it's going to be exciting. I've got the locations all panned out for us on where we're going to be filming this Sunday. We're going to have a lot of people there.
I got a couple surprises. I think it's going to be nice.
I do too. I have a couple surprises for you too that you don't even know about yet.
I don't even know about?
You don't even know about. I will say this.
Is my mama going to be there?
Your mama's not going to be there.
Okay.
Because we might be cursing and I want your mama mad at us.
She will beat us both. She don't even know you. She will.
And I'm afraid of her already, and I haven't even met her yet.
You should be.
So we're going to be introducing a new person to the MMA MADE team. Yeah. Yeah. Now, they're not necessarily going to be here on the show, but we're bringing in somebody that's going to be writing articles for the website.
Part of the team. Okay.
Part of the team.
Part of the camp. Part of the camp.
The camp.
You should call it camp. It's not a team.
Okay.
Well, but you could be like team up male.
Camp.
Like a camp.
Yeah. Camp, alpha, male.
We'll think
what
about
if the person coming in is a female?
We'll think about it. Then,
No. This is like a family, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, no incest allowed. This is family. Your mama's gonna beat you just for even thinking about such things.
She would. Yeah,
she will. I'm actually... Mama Taylor, is her last name Taylor?
Yeah.
Mama Taylor, you have permission, or you just put a comment on YouTube.
She doesn't need permission to beat me. You don't have to give her permission.
I want her to give me permission to beat you.
But that won't stop me from beating you.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, one day we are gonna have.
We'll do this.
We're gonna get an octagon match.
Do this. We go down. I got an octagon.
I'm gonna have to cut more weight. You're gonna have to put more weight on, so we get to like
a meet in the catch weight.
We're gonna do catch weight. I don't know what that catch weight's gonna be, but
I don't know
it's gonna be catching a lot of weight. That's all I know. Anyways, getting back to MMA this past weekend, the fight we're speaking of, UFC Fight Night 36 down in Brazil, down south. Machida versus Mousasi. Now, honestly, did Machida not look as good as he did against Munoz, or is Mousasi a bigger challenge than people expected him to be?
I think actually Mousasi, and the reason I picked Mousasi, I think he was the right type of fighter to beat Machida.
Okay.
You know, a really good kickboxer who was disciplined, who wasn't going to be like Munoz and kind of come rushing in or take some bad chances. Mousasi stayed pretty patient, didn't make any big errors. He just didn't really win the fight.
And that seems to be the issue when people are fighting Machida, is that they get impatient, and then they go in, they make mistakes, and that's where Machida really capitalizes.
Yeah, he's very much a counter fighter, a counter striker looking to counter punch, and Mousasi was really just trying to cut off his angles, be patient, but in the end, you're just chasing shadows, and Machida's just running off, and to me it's like a little girl, but he's just kind of being elusive, and he keeps moving and ducking and feinting everywhere, and so you end up just chasing someone down, and you look like a big knucklehead.
Well, you ain't lying. I have to say that Machida already looked quick and elusive at 205. He's even more so at middleweight. I mean, the speed on him now, I think middleweight is his proper weight class.
Middleweight is better for Machida because Shogun fights at 205. So as long as Shogun is not in his division, then he's good.
You know what? And then let's take it a step further. Shogun, like Machida, at 205, they're both kind of soft. I mean, they're not out of shape, but Shogun can come in leaner. Six-pack the whole nine. What if Shogun went down to 185?
We have never seen... I don't think we've ever seen Shogun at 185.
If it was in the Pride days.
No,
but
I want to say back then, even then, he was fighting... Him and Silva were kind of like cousin. They were all... The camps were kind of connected.
The whole Brazilian...
He was shoot to box, so they were all really shoot to box back then. So basically, the big thing is that now that Silva's not the champ, people are kind of going over to 185, like, hey, let's try and get this belt. So that'd be interesting. Shogun, think about it.
Think about
it. Think about it.
Well, now that co-main event, Jacare wins against Francis Carmont.
Ooh,
yeah, you like that? Wee.
I like that. Crackhead Wolverine got that.
You like that? You like that? You like that? I have to say that I know that Carmont has his 11-fight win streak, and on paper that looks all exciting and everything, but caliber of fighters he was fighting, not quite the caliber of fighters Jacare was fighting, but he did great. Jacare almost got the submission in the first round, but I think Carmont did great.
Carmont did better, I think, than both of us expected.
Yeah.
He won the second round, I think, pretty handily. So you look at that fight, and it's 2 rounds to 1. So, I mean,
although I think 2 judges gave Jacare 30-27.
Yeah, which was kind of crazy. I think
when
we watched it, they were in Brazil, and I would have been looking at the crowd like, yo, they will kill us. So
they will cut heads off like a soccer match. Brutal.
Yeah. So, but he did do very well. He should take some positives out of this and continue to work on his game. He's got a lot of work on the ground if he's going to try and compete at that next level. But his striking looked very improved, so I was impressed with that. That was something I was a little worried about. But GSP 2.0,
I think
pretty
he did
good striking game.
I have to say that now I know Jacare was talking about getting a title shot, but I don't think you can advance him past Machida, being that Machida has a 2-fight win streak and he's ranked higher. They have to fight each other to see who gets that title shot.
It makes perfect sense when you see the same weight class, 2 different fights on one card. You just kind of know, hey, this has to be the next fight. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Logistically, that we haven't seen the title fight yet between Vitor and Weidman, so you might as well just boom, have them fight each other, and then winner gets to go and face my boy Vitor.
Yeah, and potentially, I mean, I didn't see where suspensions are at as far as Jacare. Oh, actually, no. Machida has one of the longest suspensions. I remember that.
Well, they thought maybe he had broken his foot.
Yeah.
Supposedly, then the X-rays came back negative. But once he gets clear on the foot, then he should be fine. It's just, I think it's just more of a precaution.
I was just thinking it would be cool to put him on that same card in Vegas and Memorial Day that the Brazilians are already fighting anyway. You've got Chael Sonnen versus Vanderlei Silva, and then you have Vitor versus Weidman. Hell, put on the two other Brazilians, Jacare versus Machida. That's always a big card anyway.
Wow,
that would be sick.
That would be huge. It doesn't seem like the UFC do something. It's been a while since they've gone all out like that, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 3 months away now, so I think timing-wise, it probably won't work.
If Machida's out for 3 months, then
it's
we're pretty sure it's not gonna.
All right, well.
Yeah, another failed idea of yours. Okay.
Hey, it was a good thought.
Sure.
Thank you very much. So anyways, coming up this weekend, we have UFC 170. If you watched last week's show, if you're one of the 5 people that watched last week's show, we talked
like
about...
six now?
Oh, 6? Did we go up since this show started?
In the middle of the show.
Wow, all right.
Yeah, the Crackhead Wolverine, it hit some hashtags. There's some hashtags like Crackhead Wolverine. People were YouTubing it and they were like, oh!
There you go.
Yeah.
The last week's show we talked about, we were both excited about Daniel Cormier versus Sugar Rashad Evans. And now has been scrapped, but Sugar's out, has an injury. DC's fighting somebody else. And I mean, I think the co-main event, that fight was bigger than the Rousey fight.
It was going to be a very good fight. Both very good wrestlers, very good hands, quick. Both of them were probably headed towards title contention. And now it gets scrapped, and the UFC has to throw in Patrick Cummins.
Yes! Do you know who that is?
I did not know before like 2 weeks ago.
And hey, either did the rest of us.
So then they have to throw you that like story where they hype it up. Who's Patrick Cummins? Oh, he's the training partner. And then they threw him in with Daniel Cormier, and he made him cry because he's just so mean and tough.
You know what we call this? We call that selling wolf tickets.
Selling wolf tickets.
It's funny that I remember Nick Diaz saying this at a post-fight conference or pre-fight conference on one of his last fights, and no one had heard that before. I was like, is that a Northern Cal? I can't say Bay Area thing because he's from the Valley, but I remember hearing that growing up, and then I heard it, and I knew exactly what it was, and Dana White's like, what the hell is selling wolf tickets? And I was like, I thought it was more common.
I thought it was common too, so maybe it's a Cali thing.
I heard that hella times growing up. You know what I'm saying?
We're bringing back. I'm about to tear up right now. I'm hella about to tear up right now.
That's how we do it in the yay. You know what I'm saying?
It's a little different.
Right here.
A little different. I'll get you with that one. Okay.
Yeah, but Patrick Cummins, 4-0 in his mixed martial arts. He's undefeated, right?
He is undefeated against what we like to call cans. Okay.
They're not even cans.
The last dude he fought was 5-15. I was checking
his 15-5?
Not 15-5. 5-15. Why are you even still doing MMA if you're 5-15?
Those 5 fights that he won by disqualification because the other fighters didn't even show up.
No, and it was like he had won a bunch, and then he was like on a 10-fight losing streak, and Patrick Cummins was the last dude to smash his face in. So Patrick Cummins has a pretty good wrestling pedigree. He was on the same Olympic kind of reserve team as Daniel Cormier, so they kind of know each other, but they've had a huge falling out now. Patrick Cummins was a sparring partner, and now he's talking big crap.
Did they really have a falling out?
I don't know.
Or they're just going to say, hey, we had a falling out and I made you cry. They're like best friends, like calling each other on the weekend. Hey, dude, what's up?
I don't know. I saw some interviews, and Daniel Cormier, he looked like, I'm going to beat you.
Well, you have to. You have to sell it. You cannot sell.
But he had a look like, okay, you talking crap? I'm going to put it on you.
Well, let's see this. You have Ronda Rousey versus Sarah McMahon. And no offense versus Sarah McMahon, but we'll be in agreement. Armbar, Ronda Rousey wins. Yes?
But I'm calling second round.
Second round instead of the first. Oh, okay. So you have a pay-per-view. This is not a free fight. And you had a big co-main event, and now it's messed up.
You gotta sell some wolf tickets.
You gotta sell wolf tickets.
You gotta sell some wolf tickets.
That's all I'm saying.
You got tickets, and you're saying we need some wolf tickets.
You know, there's another couple notable fights on there, but
my boy Damian Maia, I'm picking him right now.
But he's not going to sell a pay-per-view.
No,
he's not. So
and not against Rory McDonald. Rory McDonald is just
God,
painful to watch.
It is. It's going to be a painful fight, I think.
But Damian Maia, I'm calling it right now. I'm feeling good. Actually, it's a really bad matchup for Damian Maia, but I believe in him so much. I think he's taking this fight.
So, okay, that's going to be our opposite fight because I'm going to take, as much as I hate Rory McDonald, I don't hate him as a person, just as a fighter, I'm taking Rory. I know we're in agreement.
I
DC,
knew you would.
DC hands down.
I should have shut my mouth. I should have kept my mouth shut.
So that means you know who's keeping the belt this week. You know who's keeping.
So we're only picking that one?
Well, we're going to be in agreement with Rousey unless you're taking McMahon. Are you taking Sarah McMahon?
No.
Please.
No.
Please.
No, I'm not taking Sarah
Are you
McMahon.
taking Patrick Cummings?
I will take Daniel Cormier. If you'll take
No.
Patrick Cummins. All right.
Oh, man.
So then I'll take my boy Damian Maia because I do love him, and I gotta hope for a submission win.
I'm telling you right now, if Patrick Cummings
such a
could
bad
do
idea.
an upset, we're talking skyrocketing.
You believe in him?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I thought you could take him.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm a gambler.
Shoot for the stars.
I'm a
baby.
gambler, and he could be a plus 1,000. I probably won't even put $20 on it.
Really? That doesn't
Dude.
make any sense. You can make some good money.
I know, but seriously, look at the people
He's got a chance. He already made him cry. So he's in his head.
You know what he didn't say?
Think about it.
People take things out of context. He didn't tell you in the beginning. He said, dude, one time I told DC a joke and I made him cry. So you didn't hear the first part of the sentence.
But he's still in his head. You might tell him that joke in the fight. And then he's crying like, yo, that's still funny.
Oh, man. All right, let's get up real quick to the next thing. I cannot wait for next week. Bellator, dude, on the 28th.
Finally back.
Yes.
Not the Sleeping Giants, but they've been waiting in the wings.
Oh, dude. I'm excited.
Like the Maserati commercials, they're like, yo, we've been waiting, and then boom,
Bam.
Bellator's back. They got a lot of big names.
Big names.
They might
Rampages in the tournament.
They might even get the big dog. They might even get Melendez.
Oh, dude.
Gilbert Melendez, free agent.
Dude, that's big.
Bellator has made the offer.
That's big.
If the UFC doesn't match it,
and I don't know where
it's in Bellator.
I don't know where Nate Diaz's contract is right now, but I know there were negotiations not too long ago. They get Melendez. You know, those two are tight. I mean, they're already in the scrap pack, but those two seem really tight. You know, self-proclaimed best 150 fighters in the game. So, hey, why not take both of them? Package deal.
Wow, if they both go, that's huge. That's huge.
I mean, Bellator is already a competitor.
Bellator is steadily just climbing.
Yeah.
Climb like me on my road to redemption. Hashtag road to redemption.
No.
I'm on my way back. I'm taking my belt back.
Dude, you're gonna be 2-1 next week. I'm gonna be 3-0. You realize that, right?
We'll
you
see.
realize that.
You pick the favorites and you feel good about it.
Yo,
like,
are you
this
serious?
dude was a favorite. I picked him. Me and Vegas agreed.
I pick.
You feel good about
I pick
that?
underdogs when there's a chance. There's no chance.
Musasi fought a good fight.
I'm not talking about
and
that.
if he would have listened to me and thrown more leg kicks, he wins that fight. Don't you listen to your corner?
I'm not talking about
kid.
that fight. That was actually one of the closest fights on the Vegas line. I'm talking about this coming weekend. This coming weekend.
What about it?
I'm not taking McMahon. I'm not taking Patrick Cummings.
You could have taken Damian Maia.
You already took him, and that's your boy. I gotta take Rory
When
just to spite
Damian
you.
Maia wins,
Hey, when Damian
I'm the
Maia
champ
wins,
again. Then
I'll
I'm
give
the
you.
champ.
I'll give you.
You're gonna give me my belt back.
I'll fist you when I. I mean, you know, like this. I'll give you the pound. I'll pound you. And, you know, I'll give you that love, man.
No.
I know you get you.
No. No, thank you.
Oh man, that's the show tonight. I hope you guys had a good time. Devin, Debo, Chandler
On the road to redemption, baby.
We're out of here. Peace.
Come back for my belt.